I am delighted to introduce a spectacular next panel. Please join me in welcoming Mike Bayer, mental health specialist and personal growth expert, along with Hoda Kotb, co-host of Today Show's Fourth Hour with Kathie Lee Gifford, and Demi Lovato, multi-platinum singer, best-selling author, and activist. Please join me in welcoming them.
Wherever you want to be.
All right.
Hi. We're with Demi Lovato. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, first of all, congratulations on everything. Let's get right into it. How many years sober are you?
I have 4.5 years.
4.5 years sober for Demi Lovato. This guy sitting right here is a huge part of that. Mike, when you first met Demi, describe what she was like.
I didn't know this was one of the questions.
Just wondered, yeah.
You closed off, didn't trust, not connected, didn't feel safe, not happy, you know?
And Demi, just tell me, what's the magic sauce with what they do at CAST that was different from other places you went?
The magic sauce would be tailored programs to exactly what my needs were in order to get the proper treatment that I needed. And that's what really has kept me sober for 4.5 years. That's what's helped me throughout my life in so many different aspects, whether it's personal relationships, sobriety, just overall wellness. That's what's been able to keep me sane, basically.
I don't know if you guys watched the DNC this summer, but I watched you walk up on that big stage, Demi, and I said, wow, what is Demi gonna do? You're up there in that big room, and you basically testified. I mean, you came out and you said, listen, I have mental health issues. This is nothing to be ashamed of. There are kids out there who have this. We need the right kind of funding for it. How much courage did it take for you to stand on that stage that day?
To be honest, I didn't look at it as courage. It was just what I do. And it was something where I had the opportunity to speak out about the things that I believe in. And I knew that the platform that I was speaking out on was very large.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous because I didn't want to mess up my wording. But other than that, it was just something that was an obvious choice. Something that I do all the time is just share what I believe in.
On that platform, what was the feedback when you didn't speak out specifically about things, but you did speak in general about mental illness. What kind of feedback did you get after that?
I got so much feedback, so much positive feedback. People saying thank you so much. People that aren't typically my demographic. People telling me thank you so much for speaking out and creating the conversation. And even just down to just friends of mine saying, wow, that was so cool.
That was cool.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, Mike, there is still, sadly, a stigma when it comes to mental illness. Demi's been very outspoken about eating disorders and addictions and all these different things that she's been battling. Mental illness, there still seems to be something that people can't get through. How do you think you guys work together to make this more of a mainstream conversation?
Well, 10 years ago when I started CAST, it was in my apartment in Venice, my little studio, and then it just kept growing and growing, where we would do tailored programs. And I think the problem is it's really about mental health, and everyone struggles. Like, you struggle day to day with stuff, I struggle, Demi struggles, everyone here struggles. And it's about everyone having more self-awareness. So for us, we believe having this platform now allows us to bring mental health mainstream and popular, just like physical health is worked on, let's say 3 days a week. Mental health isn't worked on. Like, physical health, it's a activity in elementary school. Mental health isn't. So until that happens, we don't, and that's what our goal is to try to have a much bigger impact and create that change in this world.
So when people come to CAST, because I was curious, there are so many different places to go, and CAST work for Demi and has worked for so many. And Demi talked about like targeted programming, that kind of thing. But what is it about the place, and what is it that you do that's different, if you were to describe it?
Well, we try to only help people we believe we can help. Huh. And so that's my belief, is the more you really sincerely help people, the more it just works, right? So we're not the right place for everyone. And for Demi, it was the right place. For other clients.
How did you know for her it was the right place?
I mean, I didn't know, you know.
You didn't know, but I knew.
She knew.
How did you know, Demi?
I knew because for the first time in my life, I had somebody tell me no. And
what do you mean, like?
Because when it was after my last intervention, where everyone said, we're leaving, we don't believe that you're going to get sober, I said, yes, I will. What do I have to do? And Mike told me, hand over your cell phone, your car keys, your driver's license, your credit cards, anything that would help me get drugs or whatever I was planning on doing with those. And basically, if I wanted those car keys back, he told me no. If I wanted my cell phone back, he told me no.
Did you ask for them back?
Oh yeah, of course I did. I mean, to go 6 months without a cell phone is pretty difficult.
Wow. So that's like no freedom at all.
No freedom, and I was living in a world where many people just tell me yes over and over because of the position that I'm in. And for the first time, he told me no, and that's how I knew that this was real and that he genuinely cared about me.
Is it still a struggle every single day, Demi, for you?
I don't know if I would say that it's a struggle every single day, because I do so much work on myself that some days I forget that I'm bipolar. And other days, there are times where I have to buckle down and call people and check in with my therapist. I have to take my medication every single day. There are things that I do every single day in order to not let it become a struggle every waking moment. But I would say that it gets easier. Some days I think about drinking and other days I don't. And that's what life is all about. It's just focusing one day at a time.
And Mike, part of the cool thing, you guys, that they do is Mike goes on tour with Demi. And before the concert, you guys you basically talk about cast, right?
Well, no. So similar. We curate.
No. No, not at all.
Say no now to everything. We curate self-empowerment workshops before concerts. So we did this. In the last 2 months, we've come across 10,000 people. And we start off with 40, it went up to 250, and we had different people talking about basically life lessons. Because for us, like, you could be a speaker, anyone here could be a speaker. It's about what life lessons made you more resilient in your life, so that everyone can learn and feel connected. So we're doing it now next week in Rome and Istanbul, and it's awesome because it mixes art. If like art and personal development had a baby, that's what we.
Well, if you guys have ever been to a Demi Lovato concert, her fans are so unique because there's a connection you have with your fans that I think is beyond. Kids show up with signs that say things like, "Demi, you saved me." And I was watching a video of one of Demi's concerts, and there was a young girl who was bald, and she always wore a wig. And she walked up to Demi and she said, "For the first time, I'm here without my wig because you gave me the strength to do this." And Demi brought her up on stage, and it was one of those magic moments. Even when you weren't at your strongest, you were still lifting people up. And it's the music that's in you that's part of that, isn't it?
It's the music, but I also have to attribute it to the way that I was raised. My family is very supportive of me, and my mom raised me to help others. As simple as that, and that's what I continue to do every single day of my life, is just try to create some sort of legacy where when I'm gone one day, I will have made my mark on this planet and at least helped one person to be the best self that they could possibly be.
Do you not love Demi Lovato right now?
Thank you. Thank you.
I love Demi Lovato before our little conversation. I love her more right now. If they want to learn more about CAST and what you guys do, what's the best way?
Just following us on social media or castcenters.com. And yeah, internationally, if people want to get involved with what we're doing as we're traveling around the world, we'd love to partner up and do, provide different resources to people out there.
Mm-hmm. Globally.
Well, a big round of applause for these two wonderful individuals who are making big change in the world, Demi and Mike.
Thanks,
guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.